All right, everybody, let's get started. Thank you again so much for being here on a Thursday night. Does anyone else feel like it's just really hard to keep track of the days over the summer? But anyway, I'm really excited that you guys are here taking a look at Savvi tonight. I'm going to give you a super quick introduction of who I am, why I'm the one sharing Savvi with you, and then I'm going to kick it over to our very special guest tonight, Ken Porter, who is our founder and CEO of our company. Background on me, I live in the Tampa, Florida area. I have always wanted to be staying at home with my little ones. They're now 4 and 6. And through my work with this brand, I was able to retire from my job as a speech language pathologist, create more options for my family, build our dream house. Honestly, we are now able to dream and plan and give back in bigger and more ways than I ever thought possible. But the best part is that Savvi is truly changing so many lives through the opportunity, through our community, and through our mission, which I will get to in a minute. But this is truly such an exciting business because you are coming in at the ground floor. You are one of the first people to hear of Savvi. I can almost guarantee that. We all know some other name brands that are out there, right? And they all started somewhere. And a lot of us women are the ones that loved and wore the clothes and helped to bring them to market to become the brands that they are today, which are household names. But the difference is now we get to do that with Savvi, but Savvi pays us. So when you join Savvi, you get these clothes at wholesale. When someone shops from your link, you make commission. Really simple, right? We do not stock inventory. We don't place orders. We don't do anything in customer service, okay? We don't handle returns. We keep things very, very simple. We can put in as little or as much work as we want here, as much time and effort as we want here. We truly do this on our own terms, sharing this amazing brand with other people. We all wear and we share all the time. When someone asks, hey, where did you get that? I really like it. What do? We say thank you, and then we tell them where we got it, or we send them the link. That's what we're doing here at Savvi, except we get a big discount and we make commission by doing that, by spreading the brand awareness, by connecting people back to this new brand. Okay, so, now we have this company that allows us to monetize our wardrobe, monetize something that we already do, which is hopefully everybody does, getting dressed every single day. There's no ingredients. There's nothing hard about clothing. It's just really fun. We have a fitness line. So think sports bras, leggings, tank tops. We have everyday clothes. We've got really cute dresses, little sweaters, little kind of like cover-ups, tops. We have a line that we call the Vibe line, and those are more edgy pieces, super fashion forward, one of a kind pieces. Okay. We have new clothes that come out every single week. Every single Friday, we have new drops of clothes. So we have a Fashion Friday, a live fashion show every Friday. They feature us girls, us brand partners, not models, but just real women, normal people wearing the clothes, talking about our sizing and how we feel in the clothes and how we're going to style them. And then the following week, it happens again. So it's really fun. It's always very fun to be able to shop on a Fashion Friday. And it's just really exciting too, especially when you grab those pieces that you want, you help your customers get the pieces that they want. And the really special thing here is that we have something for everybody, and including everybody is super, super important to us. We want everyone to feel included here. We carry sizes extra small to 2X. And back to the mission really quick. Our mission is permission granted, be you, come as you are. How special is that? So think about this. When you join Savvi, yes, you get a great discount on really cute clothes. You can earn income. You can plug in. You can, be trained. You're never alone in this. You're going to have a team of people helping you all along the way. But you're also going to be a part of the most loving, accepting, encouraging, uplifting community of women and a few smart men that you really can imagine. It's a really special, special place. So That is what I have to say. And is Ken Porter on? Because I would love to kick it over to our co-founder and our CEO, Ken.
Jesse, I'm here.
Hi,
Can you hear
Ken.
me?
There you are.
Hi.
Yes, I can hear you. Hi, thank you so much for being on.
Where I'm always at.
In the car.
Thank you. I'm glad, really glad to be here. It's exciting. I love Zoom so much because you get to meet people that who knows where they're at, but they're right in front of my face. And I love you just for being here. It's really fun. And I'm looking through the names, and there's a lot of familiar names of people I already know and I already love. And some of you have been out here for Fashion Friday. Some of you have been involved with Savvi, and some of you are newer faces, right? But I will tell you something. I'm just grateful that maybe you take the time with me. Um, I, I was thinking a little bit with Jesse earlier, and I was just thinking, maybe what I'll do is share my journey a little bit, my story and my journey, how it's impacted my life, and really what has driven us to build this brand Savvi, and how that has everything to do with you, I hope. So my experience, I'm just kind of an average guy. I grew up on a farm in Idaho. If you ever seen Napoleon Dynamite, the movie, that was my hometown. And to me, that was a documentary. That was nothing funny about it. That was just how real life was. I was like, wait, other people think that's funny. So we grew up on a small farm in a little small town in Idaho. And I always aspired to something bigger than that. For whatever reason, I wasn't like that person that wanted to haul hay and move sprinkler pipe the rest of my life, although it was a tremendous upbringing. So I get out in the world and I started finding out, hey, the world is actually can be a brutal place, right? Finding a way to make income for your family and to provide and to basically get out there and leave a little mark of goodness on the world is something I want to do desperately. And I didn't know how. Of course, nobody knows how, because all of us navigate this journey. We're all on the same road and the same journey, and we might be a different spot on the road, but this journey called life really is something that we all embrace together. And for me, my path in my early years was really difficult financially. And so I was always looking for a way to try and create something that would give my family security. That's always been my driving force in my life. My family is everything to me. 100% of the things I value the most are those people in my home that I take care of day in and day out. And you know what? I take care of them one way, but they take care of me another way. And I find that my family is everything. So here we are. I'm a young guy. I've been out in the workforce trying to do a bunch of different things. I never knew what I wanted to do. I don't know if anyone else can relate with that. Of all the choices in the world, some of my friends like, I want to be an engineer. I want to be a doctor. I want to be this. I want to be that. I didn't know. And so I went to school for 4 years and graduated. Oh, that's right. I didn't graduate because I had way more than enough credits to graduate, but I never did talk to an admissions officer and say, oh, these credits have to make sense together, right? You need a certain amount of credits here and here and here to have that add up to a specific degree. So I went to school for 5.5 years, got amazing grades that added up into nothing. And so here I am. I was like trying to figure out what do I raise my family. And one day a friend comes to me and introduced me to this crazy concept, called direct selling, right? And I was so resistant because I'd heard about direct selling, right? I'd heard it from all the places. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. And I never heard anything associated with direct selling that was good. It was all bad. And so I was resistant, but I took a look mostly out of kindness to my friend. And I took a look and I heard something. I go, gosh, that seems to make sense to me. The idea that you need leverage if you ever want any amount of personal or financial freedom. They taught me a very simple concept. It says, Ken, if you work, no matter what the job is, if you work and you get paid for your time, then when you stop giving your time, you stop getting paid. And I don't know how old you want to be when you stop giving your time. You stop giving your time when you're 50, 60, 80, 100? When do you stop giving your time? And if you want to create time freedom, then you have to be able to separate your income from your time. And so, they tell me that that was resonating with me, because I was going, wait, I don't really have extra time to do what I want. I'm working all day trying to pay the mortgage and get food on the table. But the concept of having some freedom and some independence and the ability to do the things that I wanted to do really resonated with me, right? And particularly because I was at a time in my life when I was actually experiencing some of the pain and suffering. And so because of that, I was a little bit open to listen. And so I listened. He taught me this business a little bit about, did you realize if you help 3 other people get what they want, you eventually get what you want? And I'm like, well, that's a unique concept. And he said, if I could show you a way to serve people and get what you want, would that be enticing? And I'm like, oh, heck yes. So he shows me this business concept, and I got involved in that in it was clear back 1989. And so I went to work with this grand vision of creating a lifestyle that would enable me and my family and those that I loved to do more than we could do before, right? And so the beautiful thing is he taught me about this industry, and he showed me a company. Jackie Pruitt was 9. And he shows me a company. He says, Ken, if you'll work this company like it was your own, you embrace it, you work hard for a week, a month, a year, 3 years, 5 years, you just consistently do little activities that when those simple little activities are added up, they amount to something that's not common, because this industry is actually designed to give you leverage and to compound. It's so fun, as he taught me about this business, because he said, Ken, there's only 2 things you can leverage. You really look at it, all people who have financial independence in their life have leveraged one of 2 things, or both. And the first one is they leverage their money, right? They take their money and they use their money to invest their way forward in life. And I'm going, that's awesome. I've got no money. What do I leverage? And he says, well, you can leverage your time. I'm going, well, I got a little bit of time. He says, yeah, but if you took and you leveraged if you added 2 hours a day and you took a couple of hours a day and you focus that time on activities that are actually designed to compound on yourself. He said, if you did that consistently, you see, when I was back early, one of my jobs, I was an insurance agent and a stockbroker. And we used to tell people, if you're 20 and you invest $200 a month, every month, then when you're 50, that $200 a month is going to compound into some tremendous amount of money. The problem is nobody did it when they was 20, because they would take that money and do other things. Well, he says, well, you do the same thing with time. Only time compounds more powerful than money if you do the right things with your time. So he had an avid listener, because I didn't want to do this, but I did desperately want to take my family traveling. I wanted to show my kids the world. I wanted to not look at price at the grocery store. I wanted to be the guy that when someone suffered, I had the financial wherewithal to serve and to bless them. And I had the time wherewithal to be able to step up and say, oh, I can help them move. Oh, I can help. More than anything, I want to be in that position where I could help. And I realized if I couldn't take care of my own needs, how can I be there to help others in their time of need? So that's always been a motivational force for me. And so I wanted to take care of my needs. And so he showed me a vehicle. And as soon as I understood the psychology and basically the numbers around the business, I was addicted. So then it just became, I had to find a company that I would love the work and I would love the product and I'd love how that product and the company serve people. So I did that in 1989, and it took me 5 years, a little over 5 years, almost 6 years of just consistent work. Before I looked at that, my wife looked and says, gosh, do you realize we don't have to do this anymore if we don't want? We could actually retire and do the things we always wanted to do, and basically provide the income that I wanted for my family. And so it was a blessing to us that we did that. We got involved in an early stage company. We built it really hard. We had so much fun building it. In the process, I had to grow and learn because my skill set was nowhere capable of doing the basic business, but I was taught to do some very simple things over and over and over. And I did them and it turned into something. So our story is this business blessed us because for over 30 years, we've had income that comes from a residual source, a leverage source, and that's allowed our family to basically do the things we want to do for those last 30 years. Now I say that because when I started that pursuit, my intention was to stop the financial pain. That was my number one objective. But as I spent my time in that pursuit, I realized that, you know what, that's no longer my goal. What my goal was very different. The thing I loved about this business that I didn't realize at the time was that when you find, he says, Ken, when you find three people whose their goals and their dreams matter more to you than your own, when you wake up in the morning with somebody else's dream on your mind, that you can live your life in service to their dream, you're going to gain a new life. You're going to gain something more powerful than money. You're going to gain joy and satisfaction from helping and serving others. And so it really, this business is designed to, he or she who serves most serves best. And so what I've loved in that time is taking the last 30 years telling people about products, about opportunities, and about teaching how they can enrich their lives and others' lives by participating in the right growth vehicle. So fast forward 30 years later, I never, even though I said in 6 years we could stop, I've never stopped. Because I realized it's not stopping that I wanted. What I really wanted was to be able to serve. And so for 30 years, I found a vehicle to serve that happens to pay very well. So here we are. A bunch of years later, I tell you a really fast story that drove me in this business so much. I was in Japan and I was in a hotel, and the maid, I'd been staying in this hotel for quite some time. The maid in this hotel is basically cleaning my room and doing the things every single day. And in about the 10th day, she got the courage to ask what those bottles were on my table. And so I began talking to her, and I found out she was from the Philippines. She was living in Japan. She hadn't seen her children in 3 years. Her children did not have a home, have never been to any kind of education system whatsoever. She was broke. She moved to Japan to try and spend her day and night earning enough money to send home so her children could eat. Forget the necessities like an education. She had no vision, no hope, no capacity to get out of her circumstance. So I took the vehicle that we had and I says, well, do you know anyone else in Japan? And she says, well, gosh, yes, there's thousands of Philippine women in Japan cleaning rooms in her same circumstance. I said, do they either gather or meet? She says, yes, we meet in a park so that we have some time with our own people on Saturday mornings. I said, well, can I meet some of your friends? We went on Saturday morning and we just sat down and started opening the concept of like, what if there was more? What if, there was a simple way that you could actually change everything? What if the biggest solutions come from the smallest things done consistently? And basically what happened, I started sharing with this beautiful woman, all like 4'6" of her, and sharing with this beautiful woman about this concept of leverage. And at first it was hard for her to understand it. Pretty soon she started getting it and going, wow, is that possible? She opened her mind to the possibility that she'd never before considered. And you could see this light illuminate her with hope that maybe there was a way to get out of her current trajectory. So this beautiful woman, for the next few years, did meeting after meeting after meeting to help her forward. After a couple of years, she moved back to the Philippines. Her kids all went to school. She's got a kid who's a doctor and one that is accountant. She's not just changed her kids, she's changed generations of future people's lives. She's gained her confidence. She's gained a life that is everything to me. Now, by the way, she never made a ton of money, but she probably made $1,500 to $1,800 a month. In the Philippines, for a family who's never had anything, that $1,500 or $1,800 a month was everything to that family. After seeing an experience like that repeat themselves over and over and over, I realized that this business was nothing but missionary work. It was service work. It was the kind of work you do to bless other people's lives. And you get to go to bed at night and say, I got to be a part of that. I got to be a part of that. And that's blessed me. That's provided more richness in my life, my kids' life, my family's life than any financial gain we've had in this business. I can never leave that. So Savvi began with a belief system, in my experience, that we live in a world today that the most powerful force on the planet has been perhaps unrecognized. And what I believe that is, there's no power stronger than the nurturing power of a woman who's protecting and serving. I grew up in a place with strong men out there, using force and using hammers and using muscles and using sheer power of willpower to bash against the elements to create success. But what I found out is that a woman who believes in herself and loves is the most powerful force on planet Earth. So this company was designed to call forward particularly women. It's a women's company primarily. There's some smart men here, but primarily it's a women's community to pour into each other. So we wanted to start with products that would bring together a community, products that would make it easy to bring upon a conversation, right? Something that would naturally give us the opportunity to reach out to someone and say, hello, I love you, you look cute. Something that was so easy to engage in conversation that we could begin at the simplest level of just connecting with each other, right? Because the most basic human condition is a need to connect. The business, the clothes, all of that is designed to help us connect. And through connection, we can start reaching forward into each other's lives deeper and deeper and deeper and find not what the world looks at. Like the first thing they notice is how we're different, right? Forget the differences. We're more alike than we know. What we have in common is infinitely more than what we don't have in common. And those things we have in common, when we recognize those and embrace those commonalities and then even celebrate the differences, it creates a community where people feel lifted, they feel loved, and they feel joy. To me, yes, this is a business opportunity, but to me, it's much greater than that. It's a service opportunity. I feel it's something that we've been called to do. And so Savvi was born with a desire to make a difference, to serve, women throughout the world. And when I say women, I say that in a way that if a woman's empowered, society's empowered. Children are empowered, men, women, everybody is stronger and better and faster. So Savvi was basically created with the intention to create products that would bring together a community that we could together and serve. So that's what Savvi is. Savvi, we began with activewear. It's a simple, fun product. And by the way, we're becoming very, very good at it. We started right when COVID hit and supply chains around the world were broken. And it was very difficult to do things, but we've really been able to solve every single problem along the way. And I'm really proud that we're very good at what we do. We'll continue to get even better at what we do. We've established global supply chains. We have designers that design, like say, all kinds of clothes. And we do it in the funnest way possible. Every week we have new product releases. It never gets stale. It never gets old. It's always something new. And it's fun. It's fun to engage with something new. Savvi, by the way, has a few more tricks up our sleeves that I'm not telling you on this call. That's really exciting. And we're just building a brand, one conversation at a time. And just share about the clothes, share about the opportunity, and just share about the ability for us to go forward and make a difference. Now, it's kind of interesting to me that we're in a space that is universal. That I don't think there's one human being that can't find some products they love at Savvi. Now, they may not love every single product, right? And that's the beauty of this. That's the beauty of not having a one-size-fits-all product. It's not a vitamin. It's not a skincare. It's clothing and it's an apparel. And one person goes, oh my gosh, I love that. And the next person says, I would never wear that, right? And that's the beauty of it. That's absolutely the beauty of it. We don't try to have one product that fits every person's personality. We actually create around a number of different archetypes. You have modern, you have boho, you have a different set that will all find some products they like inside Savvi. And it's fun. You do that, you buy it, it shows up. You wait the next week, you shop online. It's super simple. We provide the tools, we provide the marketing, we provide the shipping. So essentially you get to be in business doing the only thing that makes any business money. Because when a business starts, they don't make money. McDonald's doesn't make money when they buy hamburger. They don't buy it when they make the buns. They don't make their money when they build a building. They don't make it when they do market. The only time they make money is the transaction. When you give them money and they give you the burger. But to get to that really simple thing, there's a lot of things in the back underneath side that are very complex business operations. The thing I love about Savvi, we do all the complex business operations. You can yourself, even if you have no business background, you can just by sharing the clothes and sharing the brand, derive all of the financial benefits as if Savvi was your company. So that's why for us, we like to look at this as Savvi is your company. This is your brand. It's a brand. We have no problem when we hear brand partners say it all the time. They refer to Savvi as my brand, right? My brand, because we look at it as your brand. The company is our only job is to serve you. And so everything we do day in, day out is to serve you on your path towards hitting your goals, hitting your dreams, accomplishing those benchmarks, and making your impact in your family's life and in the world's life. So Savvi to me is a beautiful vehicle. And I want to say something. What Jesse said earlier was true. The things that I've been able to create in my life, I did it because I did it with early stage companies. Do you realize there's this little thing called market share? And market share is what gains you the wealth. So when you join an early stage company that has a lot of growth in the front, then the percentage of market share that you and your team individually can get can be a significant part. In 20 years, Savvi will still be a good opportunity, but it will not be the same opportunity. It'll be an opportunity to step in and earn a little bit of income, but the capacity to build a global team from working locally is right now, because it gives you the time to compound your efforts. So it's kind of crazy business. I started the business in a small town. My first call was to my next door neighbor. My next call was to somebody I knew from work. My first part of this is I always reached out to people I knew, and I'd sit them down and say, okay, first of all, disclosure, I know nothing about what I'm going to tell you about. I'm excited. I've got this energy that I feel we can do something, and I don't even know much about the company that I'm starting. But so I started locally, and that pretty soon, one of the people I talked to knew somebody in the next town over, and then the next town over, and then the next town over, and then they knew somebody in the next state. So here I was in a little rural community. This community had 400 people in it. That's it. 400 people. And before you knew it, I kept working. And at the end of year 2, I had people in like 32 states. I was like, are you kidding me? I haven't even been to half those states. I've got people in 32 states. We got to know each other. And then I had them all over. And then before you know it, you looked at it and says, well, I've got people in 75 countries that when I'm sleeping, they're working. You want to talk about leverage. And along the process, I created my best friends. Friends that if I hadn't done that work, I would have never come to know what turns out to be my life best friends. So to me, I love this business more than anything because the first step, really honestly, the first step towards a better life, the first ingredient for a better life is always starts with hope. And hope starts the very first day when you look at this, go, gosh, what if? What if this really could be it? What if this really could deliver my why? The thing that's most important to me. And that can be, you can all figure that out. You know, maybe your why is, you know, going on service missions. You know, maybe your why is to get your kids through college. Maybe your why is to get a different home or better home. Maybe your why is none of those things. Maybe it's just that you want to feel good to serve. Whatever drives you and moves you and adds value to your life, I maintain that Savvi can be that for every different why. I can't think of many whys that Savvi can't be an answer to. So for me, going to work and seeking to bless people through helping them reach their why is why Savvi was created. So I'm excited about where we're at in Savvi the last 2.5 years. The company has built our infrastructure. We've developed our supply chain. We have basically put together our basic marketing team. We've put the right people on the bus corporately. We've done all those things that you have to do to grow a big brand. It's just, I know you've heard the analogy before, but when they build like a 50-story skyscraper, the foundation takes 90% of the time. Once the foundation's all up, bam, the building goes up quick. And so Savvi's been foundation building the last 2.5 years, and we're in a beautiful spot to grow this brand like crazy. So I would urge each one of you to look inside yourself and say, what is it that moves me? And then ask yourself deeply the question, can Savvi be the answer to achieving of that? And I'm going to tell you, yes, I believe it can. It's what I do day and night. And so I believe Savvi is the answer. It's a dream machine. I like to think it's a dream machine because you can dream a dream, you can hold a vision, you can create baby steps. That those baby steps done this year, next year, the next year. I tell most people plan on a 5-year dream. It usually takes 5 years. Everything I built like that really built something, it took me 5 years of doing something consistent. And at the end of those 5 years, you'll look back and say, this is incredible. So Savvi's basically, you know, I still like to think we're beginning because the last 2.5 years have been foundational building. So yes, Jesse, you're right. We're just getting started. It's a new brand. Most people haven't heard of the brand. And you get to be the ones that, you know, put your name on that brick in a Savvi building. It's your names that go on there as we build the brand together. So I'm in love with what we're doing. I'm passionate about it. It keeps me awake at night. I'm excited about where we're going. We have a strategy that is a beautiful strategy. And I hope more than anything that you all will resonate and connect with Savvi's why, that our mission becomes your mission, and that we're connected like this for like tonight, tomorrow, next month, next year, 5 years, that, you know, when this journey is all done, we know each other's names, we know each other's hearts, we know each other. And because, you know, I've never met someone that as you get to know them deeper, you don't love them. So anyway, here we are on a journey. I'm grateful you're here. I don't know if there's questions or not, Jesse, what you'd like to do next, but I want you to know we have a grand vision of building this brand. And by the way, we are a lifestyle brand. What that means is that we will have products in addition to clothes that enhance your lifestyle. Savvi is about really simple. I say our mission is look good, feel good, and do good. And so anything that can bless your life and lives other people's lives in those 3 areas, we're all about those. So please join us. I mean, please, I know there's a lot of people here that have joined us, are working really hard and doing great things and accomplishing great things. And I just love the idea that we move forward together with a common mission to bless humanity. So thank you for your time, and thank you for your trust and your belief. And I'll promise on our end, we will not let you down. We will not let you down. We got your back. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ken. I mean, you can't get rid of me, or I think a lot of us on here. If you tried, you are stuck with us. I have said before, if you decided it was going to be a good plan to go, sell toilet paper, I'd be like, okay, let's go sell some toilet paper. Ken's doing it. I'll come along because I'm sure there's a good reason for it. I know it sounds a little bit cheesy, but I swear to you, those of us who have been here for a little bit at Savvi, we really feel that with the brand and with the people that we've surrounded ourselves with here, we are better people. We've all just grown through what we've learned here at Savvi, through the people. We've become better friends and moms and daughters and, siblings and spouses, because we've just gained so much through Ken, through Jen, our other co-founder. They're such just good people, obviously. And I swear they've just attracted so many people that are like-minded and like-hearted, and made us even more so like giving and wanting to do better and be better just because of who they are, not because they said you should, you have to, but it's just who they are and how they have always operated here since day one. So it's just again, it's a really incredible place. I'm happy to take questions if you have them, if you want to put them in the comments, but I also want to be respectful of everyone's time. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quickly just to show you guys the shopping sprees, which are essentially just credits, like a gift card that you would get to go shopping here at Savvi on a discount. And that's exactly how you would get started here. There's a few different options. So I'll share my screen and show those to you. In the meantime, if you have specific questions, you can drop them in the chat and we will do our best to answer them here. Okay. So with our shopping sprees, I always like to start with the ultimate one here, the $9.99. So you get a $1,200 shopping credit there. You get your 25% off discount. You also get what's called share codes. Share codes are $25 off coupon codes that we as brand partners get to give to our first-time customers. So it's a really smart and nice way to introduce somebody to the brand by giving them $25 off when they shop. So you get 40 of those codes, okay? You also get a really cute free tank. Your website is live right away, training, support. You get so much of that from our team, but you also get so much of it from corporate. And I'm sure you can appreciate that just hearing from Ken for a little bit. You know that they are working so diligently and hard on their end to supply us with everything that we need here to be successful. And then you have your $4.99, which is our deluxe. So you're getting a $575 shopping credit. You get 20 of those share codes, and then you're getting the same. You're getting the 25% off, the tank, the website, everything else. And then our basic is $249. And then you also are going to add on a $79 wholesale membership. It's like an annual membership. You're going to add that on to that one. And then you're going to get your discount. You're going to get 10 of those share codes. I always tell people you have to do what makes sense for you financially. But if you can, go with the $9.99, go with the ultimate one if you can. That is the one that I did at a time where we did not have an additional $1,000 to spend, but I knew I wanted to have more clothes to wear and share. And I also wanted to have some skin in the game. I wanted to earn my money back. I wanted to work for it. I wanted to have something invested here to be even more motivating on top of the additional, excitement that I had at that time, if that makes sense. And these credits, they never expire. And again, we get new drops every Friday. It will never be a problem to be like, what could I buy? No, that's not the problem you're going to have, promise. And these are one-time purchases. So this is the only time that you will have the opportunity to buy these shopping sprees. Okay, let me see. Credits do not expire. Ooh, I like that, Jackie. Go with the spree that makes you nervous. I like it. Yep. It's not going to always feel super comfortable, to do something like this. It might be completely outside of your comfort zone, your wheelhouse, and that is very normal. Monthly website fee? No, we don't have any monthly fees, quotas, minimums. There's really nothing hidden here. It's just as simple and streamlined as I'm explaining it to be. Okay, guys. Well, thank you again so much for spending time tonight. I encourage you, if maybe you've talked to your friend about it, if you've been watching her journey and experience, if anything that we shared tonight resonates with you, get back to your friend and let her know what you're thinking. And again, like, this is all about service and about helping you to see if this is going to be a good fit for you. Because if your friend invited you to take a look at Savvi, it's because she thinks really highly of you and she sees something in you that she wants to work with you and, just have you be a part of this, because we all here at Savvi, we find this place to be extremely special. So it's a high compliment that, your friend has asked you to take a look at what we're doing here at Savvi. Okay. Heather said the bigger pack seems like a good deal if they never expire. Lifetime shopping spree for me. Yeah. It is. It's a good deal. Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thank you again so much for getting on. This was really fun. I loved seeing everybody's faces on here tonight. Get back with your friend and ask any questions you think of. Let her know your thoughts, and hopefully we will all be welcoming you to Savvi very soon. Thank you again, Ken. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.